Gaurav, iValue InfoSolution is all about value-added distribution. We are in the value-added distribution space. We represent close to about 74 plus technology OEMs, global OEMs, as well as Make in India OEMs. So essentially, COE has been launched on a cloud.
Okay.
It is the multiple solutions from various OEMs which are integrated together.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the GB show. So, today I have someone special who has a strong reputation in the industry on the base of the management role he has done in the B2B market. He has 30 plus years of experience in diverse industry like IT, telecommunication, cybersecurity, value-added software. He is currently working with iValue InfoSolutions Pvt Limited as Chief Executive Officer. So, he is none other than Shrikant Shitole. Hi Shrikant, welcome
Gaurav.
to the GB show.
Thanks, Gaurav. Thanks for inviting me for the show.
Thanks for giving your precious time to us. And the very first thing which I would like to start with is my audience will like to know what iValue is all about and all the services and products you offer to the customers.
Sure. So Gaurav, iValue InfoSolution is all about value-added distribution. We are in the value-added distribution space. We represent close to about 74 plus technology OEMs, global OEMs, as well as Make in India OEMs here in the country. Besides the India, we also cover SAARC countries, which includes the likes of Bangladesh and Sri Lanka. Plus, our presence also is there in Southeast Asia market, which covers from Singapore all the way down to Thailand and Cambodia, Malaysia, those kind of countries. So essentially ASEAN region.
Okay.
So when I'm saying about value-added distribution space, you would have heard about distribution space as such within the IT space.
Yeah, definitely.
And actually, there is a difference between the value-added distribution and distribution because classical distribution is all about logistics management, okay, whereas value-added distribution is about logistics plus plus. I'll just give you a brief about what is plus plus. Plus plus is all about, we bring in the technology resources in order to represent the technology OEMs in the market. So essentially, we cover them with the help of POC, proof of concepts, for their solutions. We do a lot of demos. We do the professional services for them, which is implementation, even including the solution architecting kind of areas. And then, of course, in case if some of the customers or the partners are preferring to choose sustenance mode, which is the essentially support services, even we get into that area as well.
Okay.
So value-added distribution. So this value addition piece of it essentially is coming from that technological support.
IT support. Okay. But 75 plus technical distribution, that's amazing. I think huge one in India, right? One of the largest, if I am not wrong.
I mean, value-added distribution space, definitely we are one of the largest or the biggest from the country stand perspective. But yeah, I mean, within that, in case if you have to see or I have to explain you, we have got 4 business pillars. So first one is cybersecurity. The second one is networking. Third one is data center infrastructure.
Okay.
And the fourth one essentially is the application lifecycle management along with the cloud offering. So these are the 4 broad pillars for the 74 technology OEMs which I just mentioned.
Amazing. And I think you have been with iValue from last 1.5 years.
I am here for more than 15 months now. So I've just finished my first, I would say, entire financial year. End of March.
Will you like to give some accomplishment or changes you have done in your tenure so far?
I think let me start with the logo itself.
Yes, definitely.
Okay, so we have simplified our logo and we have gone ahead with a very simple logo because see, especially logo from everybody's point of view, logo doesn't matter much in the B2B space, But definitely a simple logo in that case, is important. Plus, as you can see, the logo has got blue color, predominantly embedded as part of the logo, and blue essentially translates to a trust.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's the blue color brings on the table, and we being part of the center of the ecosystem where we are on one side we are talking to the technology OEMs to bring best of the technology breeds or best of the breed technologies to the country. At the same time, we are also serving them through the partners to the end customers. So we being part of the ecosystem and we being the center of the ecosystem and stitching everybody together, trust is the most important animal, or trust is the most important parameter, I would say, in this business. And because of that parameter, we thought, blue will be a nice color from the when we relaunch our brand, and that's how we got the blue completely embedded into our brand. So this is one of the activity which we did. The other activities which we have done is we also rolled out our Center of Excellence. Center of Excellence, as you are aware, uh, where we have displayed the various solutions and technologies.
Okay.
Now, when you look at from the technology OEM perspective, OEM typically displays their Center of Excellence based on their own solutions. What we have done is we have amalgamated actually multiple solutions from the multiple OEMs and displaying that, so that the use cases or the usage from the end customer point of view can be completely tested in an integrated manner rather than just one or two solutions perspective. So that's the real value add which comes out of the series.
This is interesting. Can you tell me more, like where it is happening and how anyone can experience, or how actually it's getting executed?
So essentially, COEs has been launched on a cloud.
Okay.
It is the multiple solutions from various OEMs which are integrated together, and it is essentially meant for the partners as well as the end customers, but more for our partners. The reason, because we are value-added distributors, so our focus has been channel first rather than going customer first. And because of the channel first, what we have been doing is that we would love to have channel community coming on to our COE. They can log in, they can bring their customers, they can bring the customers' use cases, showcase the entire POC or the demonstration on the COE part of it. Ensure that the customer gets gets outcome as what they're looking from their perspective, and they can complete their business, and they can complete their business transactions. So this is a whole life cycle from the COE perspective, which will really help both the channel community as well as the end customer community. More importantly, whenever the new solutions are coming in from the technology OEMs, even they can be easily added to on the COE because of the cloud availability part of it. And so right from upgrade, updates, showcasing the entire all the use cases which are required by the channel community or the partner community, everything can be seamlessly done actually on the COE. So it's a slightly different, I would say, attempt compared to what you normally see in the market.
Okay.
And this is one of the key differentiator for us as well.
Okay, so it's a more value added to the value added systems itself.
Systems itself.
Amazing. and it covers all your 4 pillars, or it's right now for cybersecurity specific?
No, it covers actually right now all the 4 pillars.
Okay.
But of course, the degree of variation in terms of the phase 1 which has gone ahead, it will vary. It is more focused between the application lifecycle management and the cybersecurity. But as we go along, I think we will be adding more and more solutions from the cloud as well as from the data center infrastructure perspective.
Nice. And as you mentioned that you have completed one financial year fully right here. So how you're positioning yourself financially in the market, and growth and strategy, what it looks like?
See, from the strategy perspective, we are definitely slightly different compared to most of the other distributors in the market, because of the technical resources which we bring on the table. The skilled people which we have, they are here actually to demonstrate, the value addition which is required for both channels as well as for the technology OEMs.
Okay.
Naturally, we are filling the gaps because all said and done, every organization will have definitive manpower. So we can play that additional role in terms of, wherever they are lacking in terms of their resources, we can definitely step in and fulfill those requirements. That is one part of it. So strategy perspective, we are different from that aspect. Second most important is because of the digital modernization piece of it, the way we are structured right now for the 4 pillars. So application lifecycle management sitting on a data center infrastructure in a hybrid cloud manner, where the cyber is a mandatory hygiene in order to have the availability, or you're talking about the scalability, you're talking about the security. Those are your 3-4 key aspects for any business from a customer point of view. So for example, a bank wants to run a digital modernization piece of it. They will look at their application have to be seamlessly available for their customers.
Yes.
Correct. The applications will have to have a platform which is scalable. That means even if number of users go up or number of hits go up on a platform, can the platform scale up? So from that perspective, we have thought, and we have come out with the fitment of the 4 pillars along with the help of COE. When I come to the business growth perspective, this is one of the best financial year for us. The last year, which got ended in 31st of March, we grew close to about 42% year-on-year perspective. and among not just for our revenue. I mean, I'm referring to right from the top line revenue all the way to our profitability. So all the parameters. So whatever financial parameters any CEO would love to see
Yeah,
on
exactly.
in front of him in as a dashboard. Yes, I mean we have tracked those, and I think I'm happy that the journey has been very fruitful in last 15 months. So we are on track, and I think we'll continue to do better and better. And thanks to our customers and partners, I think we are really flying high right now.
Congratulations on the amazing results which we
Thank
have
you.
gone, and I can see that from the bigger offices which are coming in. I just recently visited your Bangalore office, amazing, beautiful office which has been made, and I heard that you are planning to get something new in Mumbai as well, right?
True. So I think Raju, what's important is for me is that any organization is made up of people. Okay, you transact with people as well. You do not transact actually for technologies.
Yeah.
Okay. Technology is just the media or the tool. So essentially for people, whatever is the best required in order to make the environment conducive for them to really work and take a pride that they work for iValue. I think it is my duty and the management's duty that we provide the best of the world when they come to the office. And that's the whole and sole reason we thought, okay, let's take a shift to go to the larger offices, and that's how we are. So we have changed our Bangalore office. We have gone from previous office to a full-fledged entire building in Bangalore, which is about 25,000 square feet plus. Very good-looking office, and definitely I can call it next generation.
Yeah.
It has got almost all the features.
Yeah, I have been there, so I really admire that.
And similarly, I think we are doing a similar changes in Bombay and Delhi as well.
Okay.
We are definitely looking out for that in case if anything again happens from the pandemic perspective, one more round, are we ready for the work from home perspective? So I think so all those elements have been already captured as part of this entire transformation journey in last 15 months.
So yes, and I think while you were talking about growth and strategies, we have seen recently iValue has done a lot of acquisition in cybersecurity space, cloud space, right? So I will love to know more about that.
So I think as continuation of the value-added distribution, and how do we create our more and more differentiator, bigger differentiators. We thought that while we are doing a product distribution piece of it, why not look at a services distribution as a key differentiator for us? And within services distribution, we thought in that case, why do only up to the professional services? Why not go one or two steps ahead? Also pick up the market trends in a big way, and then relook at and redraft the whole journey of the iValue from the future perspective.
Yeah.
So we looked at 2 or 3 areas predominantly. One of the area was how do we look at the cloud services aspect, and how do we start serving that market as well. The other market is while cloud is up in the upswing, at the same time the current conventional on-prem data center kind of requirements are not really going away. And if you look at even the regulated market, those requirements are still there. So we thought, let's have a best of the or the blend of both the worlds, and look at the hybrid plus multi-cloud kind of a strategy, and let's scout for a services organization which will basically help us to move ahead, to stay ahead of our competition as well. But more important is that when we were looking at that acquisition, we also thought very importantly that our DNA as an organization, as a value-added distributor, should not change. That means essentially whatever we do from the services distribution perspective, we will not be going directly to the market. We will be using our channel first thought process, and we will continue to do that. And with that in mind, we did first acquisition, which was ASFL Info Services, based out of Bangalore.
Okay.
They are into the managed services space, both NOC, which is IT side, as well as the security side, as well as data center side. So we have done that first acquisition, and now we are rebuilding the entire services portfolio for our channel community, okay, using ASPL Info. While we are still open for looking out for more and more from the acquisition perspective, but so as we speak, I think I have a team which is shortlisted some of the assets, and we are looking into it. At the right time, I'll come back to you and give you more inputs.
Definitely, and I think cloud definitely makes sense in the era which we are living into. And you talk about the competition as well. So how iValue take a stance to be different from the competition? So maybe if you can add some value, that because most of the your competitions may claim the same kind of services or things, but how you are different?
Sure. So I think Rajiv, as I said, people makes a lot of difference, right? So we are also ensuring that we have a continuous engine running from the training perspective.
Okay.
So upskilling, uh, reskilling is one of the key area for us, and that engine is on. Okay, so we have big emphasis and big focus on that right now. That's one of the pillar which we are focusing from our differentiator perspective. Second pillar, as I told you, from the COE perspective, which we are bringing the differentiation. That means if I have to look at the end customer requirement for my partner community, how do I differentiate and ensure that they get what they're talking or they're discussing or their customers are asking? That is COE, through COE. Third level is basically, how do I strengthen my distribution engine by getting more into the services side. That means the moment I add the services, I should be in a position to fulfill the drawbacks or the lacunas of my channel community. Okay, so I should be in a position to give them the services. Now, how do I give them the services? We are looking at white labeling of our services through partners to the end customers, so that the partners who are not in a position to go and look at the investment from the services perspective, they can look at us. Number one. Yeah. Number two, what are we solving for them? Because today the manpower hiring and retaining is one of the biggest challenge. So because of our bandwidth in terms of managing these 74 plus OEMs, naturally, and the financial muscle power, whatever we have in our hand, with this combined, I think we think that we can do this, and we can fulfill those aspirations of our channel community that they want to offer the services to their end customers. So that we can do that, and this is of course will be done in a slightly in a different way because of, as I said, white labeling part of it. Yeah. That means we are not really going to compete with any of them in the market. So essentially, that's the backbone which you want to ride again and again. So we'll continue to be in that space of value-added distribution.
Nice, amazing to know about that. And you mentioned and stressed a lot on the customer experience and satisfaction, right? How iValue do that? Maybe any case study recent or in your tenure you like to say that where you have gone a step beyond and make sure that customer is happy and you're providing the best class services to them.
See, classically, I don't want to give a specific example, but what I can say is that whenever we have come across the situation where there's emergency, we are not bound ourselves by the contract.
Okay.
We have gone beyond that.
That's amazing.
So there is not one example which I can narrate to, but there are many of them where we have gone beyond, where the contracts are actually expired between us and channel partner or channel partner and the customers. But there has been an emergency situation where we have stepped in and we have resolved the issues. Like some of the situations where even there is an incident which has happened from the cyber breach perspective, customers have reached out to us, and our CTO Mitish has gone and helped them without expecting any contract or additional business from them, and not just for a day. It's like for days and weeks kind of a thing till the customer situation has become again normal. Okay. So I think some of those examples, we can, because at the end of the day, what matters is the customer centricity. Okay, and only when you have customer centricity, the partner community will start looking at you seriously. That okay, yeah, they want to transact with this value-added distributor rather than somebody else.
Amazing. So relationship comes first.
Relationship comes first. Contract, yeah. The customer comes. Their customers come for them first. Yeah. Naturally, then they come first for us as a channel. And that has to continue, and that's what I think we are all here for.
Okay, is it your personal philosophy, or maybe I will love to know what is actually your personal philosophy for your leadership, and maybe how you make the decisions, and for the audience who are watching, for the other leaders, what kind of best practices or advices you will like to give?
So I think my style, I think, is you have to be. I'm a very avid reader in terms of technologies, Gaurav, and then from that perspective, I always want to stay ahead of the technology curve in terms of what's happening in the market. So that's one of the key element for me. When I look at my leadership team, are they looking at those kind of areas? That is first one. Second one is getting the right people and set them free for their own roles. Essentially, I'm more of a data-driven guy. So once we understand and formulate the initiatives in the beginning of the year, what needs to be done, and even from the next 3 to 5 years perspective. After that, the team is set up from the initiative perspective, then we put the trackers in place and then we track them out in terms of where do we stand. Every 6 months, we really look at the course correction in terms of are we on the right track, or we are on the wrong track, or we need to do any course correction further. I mean, there is no, I would say, very firm leadership style as such, but these are some of the areas which I normally cover. And while doing all this part of it, my day-to-day operations part of it, am I on my tracker in terms of my P&L? But that's one of the key element which I always keep looking at it.
Sure, and I think it's amazing advice, and it was really nice talking to you, Shrikant. So
thank you.
Thanks for being on this show and giving us a lot of value added advices, services, and it's good to know more about you and iValue as a organization. I think you guys are doing an amazing job, and I would like to wish you a lot of success in the future.
Thank you. Thanks, JB. Thanks for inviting on your show.
Thank you.
And see you
Yes.
again sometime.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.